No one ever explained the rule directly. They spoke around it as if naming it would give it weight. "You do not need to go there," her aunt once said, not looking up from folding clothes. "People used to," a neighbor added on another day, shrugging. "It is quiet now." Quiet places rarely felt dangerous to her. She had always trusted stillness more than noise. The place sat at the edge of town, where the road thinned and the houses stopped pretending they were permanent. An old building stood there, neither ruined nor alive. It did not decay the way abandoned things usually do. The walls held their color. The doors stayed upright. The windows reflected light without showing much behind it. Nothing about it demanded attention. That was what made it unsettling. She passed it every few weeks without stopping. At first, she barely noticed it. Later, she noticed it and looked away. Eventually, she noticed it and wondered why everyone else seemed to do the same. Her life was steady in the way that leaves no room for alarm. She worked, returned home, answered messages, slept. Friends described her as grounded, dependable, the kind of woman who did not chase trouble. That was why the curiosity surprised her. The first time she crossed the threshold, it was not planned. A sudden rain forced her to step inside for shelter. She told herself it was practical. The door opened easily, as if it had been waiting for a reason. Inside, the air felt cooler than outside. Not cold, just measured. The floor was clean. Too clean. No dust, no footprints. The room held a single bench and a narrow window that did not seem to match the building's exterior. She sat down and waited for the rain to pass. That was when she noticed the man. He was already there, seated at the far end, though she was certain he had not entered after her. He looked ordinary enough. No sharp features, no dramatic presence. If she passed him on the street, she might not remember him twice. He smiled, but not quickly. "First time, and," he said. It was not a question. She hesitated before answering. "Yes." He nodded as if confirming something private. "You can leave whenever you want." The rain stopped soon after. She stood, unsure why her chest felt tight. As she reached the door, she felt a faint tug behind her eyes, like the edge of a thought she could not complete. "Be careful," the man said, still seated. It asked for something each time. She turned, but he was no longer looking at her. Outside, the street felt louder than before. Too sharp. She walked home quickly and tried to forget the encounter. That night, she realized she could not remember what she had eaten for dinner. It was a small thing. She blamed stress. Weeks passed. Life resumed its shape. Yet she found herself thinking of the building at odd moments. Not longing exactly, more like awareness, as if it were aware of her too. The second time she returned, it was deliberate. She told herself she only wanted to prove it meant nothing. That curiosity fades when satisfied. The door opened again without resistance. The man was there again, in the same place, same posture. He looked up with recognition that felt premature. "You came back," he said. "I just wanted to understand," she replied. He smiled, this time faintly. "That is how it begins." They talked about ordinary things, work, weather, the way towns shrink without anyone noticing. He did not ask personal questions. He did not press. His attention felt careful, as if measured in small units. When she left, she felt lighter, almost relieved. Later that evening, she missed a call from her closest friend. When she tried to return it, the number no longer appeared in her contacts. She stared at the screen longer than necessary. Still, she did not panic. Patterns reveal themselves slowly, and only to those willing to see them. The third visit came easier. She no longer needed an excuse. She stepped inside with familiarity that unsettled her. This time, the man stood. "You should know," he said. "Most people stop after the second." "Why?" "Because they notice what it takes." She laughed softly, uncomfortable. "I have not lost anything important." He tilted his head. "Not yet." They sat closer than before. Their conversation drifted into silence that did not feel empty. When she left, she felt a brief ache in her left wrist, like the echo of a missing bracelet. She searched her home that night and found nothing out of place. Yet she could not recall the last time she had worn jewelry at all. Days blurred more easily after that. People repeated stories she did not remember hearing. She forgot the names of streets she had walked for years. Her reflection felt delayed, as if her expressions arrived a moment late. Still, she returned. Each time, the place asked quietly. Each time, she paid without protest. On the fifth visit, she asked him directly, "What is this place?" He considered her carefully before answering. "It is where things go when they are no longer protected." Protected by what? Attention, memory, choice. She frowned. "That does not make sense." "It does not need to," he said. "Only consequences do." When she left that day, her phone rang. She answered automatically. "Hello," a voice said, cautious. "Is this? I am sorry. I thought I had your number saved." Her heart stuttered. "Yes," she said slowly. "It is me." There was a pause. "Right. Of course." The call ended without explanation. That night she dreamed of the building breathing. Not visibly, not violently. Just enough to be alive. She woke with the sense that something inside her had been rearranged. The next morning she passed the building and did not recognize it at first. When realization struck, it felt like grief. She stopped walking. For the first time, she wondered not what she was gaining, but what would remain if she kept returning. Behind her, the door opened. Not loudly, not urgently, just enough to be noticed. She did not turn around immediately. The open door behind her did not pull. It waited. That, more than anything, frightened her. Urgency can be argued with. Patience feels deliberate. She stood there long enough for the street to settle back into its rhythm. Cars passed. A woman laughed somewhere nearby. Life, untouched by her hesitation, moved on. Finally, she turned. The doorway looked no different than it always had. No widening, no darkening. Just open, as if she had been expected. Inside, the man was not seated this time. He stood near the window, his back to her. "You noticed," he said without looking. "Yes," she replied. Her voice sounded thinner than she expected. "That usually happens around now." She crossed the threshold slower than before. The air felt heavier, as though it resisted her breath. "I am forgetting things," she said. "Important things." He nodded. "You have been paying." "I never agreed to that." "You came back," he said calmly. "That is agreement enough here." She swallowed. "What happens if I stop?" He turned to face her. For the first time, she saw something behind his eyes. Not malice, not hunger, recognition. "Then you keep what remains," he said, "and you live with knowing what it costs to almost lose it." "That sounds like a threat." "It is a boundary," he replied. "This place does not chase." She sat down, hands clenched together. "Why me?" "You noticed the door," he said, "and you believed silence meant safety." The truth of it landed harder than accusation. She thought of the pieces already gone, the friend whose voice now felt unfamiliar, the habits she could not trace back to beginnings, the sense that her own history had developed soft gaps, like fabric worn thin. "What does it take this time?" she asked quietly. He hesitated. "That depends on what you protect most." Her chest tightened. "That is not fair." "No," he agreed, "but it is consistent." She stood abruptly. "I am leaving." He stepped aside without resistance. Outside, the light felt harsh. She walked away quickly, heart pounding. For the first time since discovering the place, she did not look back. That evening, she tried to anchor herself. She opened old photo folders, read messages from years ago, repeated names aloud like a list she feared losing. Something was wrong. The photos felt staged, smiles without memory behind them. Events she recognized but did not remember living. It was as if she had inherited someone else's past. When she reached a picture of her mother, the panic finally broke through. She knew the woman in the photo was important. She knew the relationship mattered, but the emotional weight was gone, stripped clean. She pressed her palm to her chest, breath shallow. That night, she dreamed again of the building. This time it did not breathe. It watched. The next morning she returned. The man did not look surprised. "I was wondering how long," he said. You took something you should not have, she said, voice shaking. He shook his head gently. You offered it. I did not know. Knowing comes late here. She stepped closer. Give it back. He studied her carefully. I cannot. Then what do you want? For you to decide, he said. Once. Fully. The room felt smaller, as if the walls had leaned inward. You have one visit left, he continued. After that, the door will no longer open to you. Her mouth went dry. And the price? You already know, he said softly. She closed her eyes. What she protected most was not a person, not a memory. It was her sense of self, the quiet confidence that she was still herself, even when tired, even when afraid. If she paid again, that would be next. If I walk away now, she asked, will the losses stop? They will slow, he said. Some will return, not as they were, but enough. And if I stay, then you will belong here in pieces. Silence stretched between them. For the first time, she noticed the walls were not solid. They were layered, like shelves, like storage. She imagined all the things left behind by others. Names, faces, warnings. She understood then why the building never decayed. It was fed. I thought this place gave clarity, she said bitterly. It does, he replied. Clarity about cost. Her hands trembled. Why do you stay? He looked at her for a long moment before answering. Because I once mistook curiosity for control. The admission changed something between them. She took a step back, then another. At the door, she paused. Her chest ached with the weight of unfinished longing. Will I remember this? She asked. He did not answer immediately. You will remember enough, he said at last. Outside, she did not wait. She walked until the building disappeared behind turns she could not retrace. The days that followed were uncomfortable. Memories returned unevenly, some with warmth, others with pain sharpened by absence. She mourned things she could not name, but the forgetting stopped. When she passed the edge of town again weeks later, the building was still there, smaller somehow, less certain. The door did not open. She did not try again. Years later, she would struggle to explain why she no longer chased every quiet invitation, why she paused before places that felt too accommodating, why she trusted discomfort more than ease. She never told anyone about the building, but sometimes when she chose herself at a cost, she felt a familiar stillness behind her, not watching, not waiting, just receding. And she knew then that some places do not exist to be survived. They exist to be left.